Now it's time to do a power output test of this Sharp GF-9595. I've got the external speaker jacks hooked up, and I'm running this to a 8 ohm dummy load, and both of these channels are hooked up to my oscilloscope. You can see it up there. So I'm using the Tektronix oscilloscope, and I've got a DC power supply hooked up. Today I'm going to do the test with DC. I made a little jack going into the little plug that goes into the jack, and I'm using my HP 3325 signal generator. I'm going to feed in a 1000 hertz sine wave, and I'm going to start out at 1 millivolt. And what you can't see here in the back, I've got the output from the signal generator going into the phono jack. Those are the jacks that you normally hook up your record player to. So with the unit itself, I've got it, as far as the input insert, I got it in the phono position here. I've got my bass and treble in a neutral position. Right now I've got the volume turned all the way down. Now I'm going to turn it all the way up. Now I'm going to increase the signal. Let's go up to 2 millivolts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here's what the signal looks like with 10 millivolts. I'm going to go up a little bit here. I know it's not going to be that high because I'm feeding into the phono jack. See, 11, 12, 12, it's breaking up right there. I can see it with the naked eye. It's kind of hard to see distortion with the naked eye, but now I can really see it. So I think I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, it looks like 12 volts peak to peak. Right, I went ahead and okay, I'm going the wrong way now. So I would say right there, it's at 11 volts, excuse me, it's at 11 millivolts, and that's exactly what I'm reading. I'm reading right there. I'm reading about, I'm going to give it the benefit of doubt, 12 volts peak to peak for basically both channels. So now to do the math, it was 12 volts peak to peak. So I divide that by 2. That gives me the center to peak voltage, and I times that by 0.707. That gives me the RMS voltage. Now when I take this voltage and I square it, I times it by itself, times 4.242. That gives me 17.994. Then I divide it by 8 because I got an 8 ohm load hooked up to it, and that gives me 2.24 or 2.25 watts RMS per channel. Now this is like a ballpark test. I'm not doing any type of distortion checks or anything like that, but you can say I'm generally within the area.